If no one ever notices what you do, does it still matter? Most people are too afraid to answer that question honestly. Because hidden beneath success, ambition, and motivation, there is a quiet truth about how meaning is actually built. And today, you're going to confront it. This is the path of those who don't chase attention, yet somehow leave marks that outlive them. The ones who move silently, deliberately, with purpose. If you've ever felt unseen, if you've ever feared that your effort might disappear without impact, there is a system you were never taught. But be warned, it demands you let go of the part of you that wants applause. And that sacrifice changes everything. Before I show you how Elias lived and what he understood, take a moment. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment "I choose purpose" if you're genuinely ready to live differently. Not louder, not faster, but deeper. Let's begin. Elias lived in a town so ordinary it barely appeared on maps. The kind of place people pass through without memory. Clean streets, predictable days, familiar faces that blur together over time. People woke up, went to work, came home tired, slept, and repeated. Life there wasn't painful. It was comfortable. And that was the danger. Elias looked no different from anyone else. No wealth, no influence, no charisma that filled rooms. If you passed him on the street, you wouldn't notice him. And yet, something inside him was different. Not ambition, not hunger for success, but a quiet conviction that his life was meant to mean something, even if no one ever applauded. Every morning, before the town stirred awake, Elias rose with the sun. Not because he was disciplined, not because he followed routines from books, but because he believed mornings were sacred. He swept dust from his doorstep, not to impress, not because anyone asked, but because care to him was a form of respect. He fixed loose hinges on public doors, returned lost items anonymously, paused when people spoke, and truly listened. These weren't grand gestures. They didn't change the world overnight. And slowly doubt crept in. Years passed. Children grew into adults. Shops changed owners. Seasons blurred into one another. Elias grew older. His hair silvered. His steps slowed. And sometimes, alone with his thoughts, a question surfaced. What difference am I really making? No statues bore his name. No one thanked him publicly. No proof existed that his effort mattered. Modern psychology calls this the meaning gap. That space where effort and recognition don't align. And most people quit right there. Because the human brain craves visible reward. Dopamine responds to applause, not patience. The mind wants proof now. Elias had none. Then the storm came. Not a metaphorical storm. A real one. Wind howled through the town. Rain flooded streets. Power vanished. Darkness swallowed the night. Panic followed. People realized how unprepared they were. Except something strange happened. The drainage Elias had cleared for years kept homes from flooding. The doors he repaired held strong against the wind. Paths he quietly maintained guided people through chaos. And the people he had helped, without asking, without credit, now helped each other. Calmly, steadily. Psychologists call this behavioral modeling. When consistent action silently teaches others how to act under pressure. Elias never told anyone how to be strong. He showed them. By morning, the town still stood. After the storm passed, a young boy approached him. "My father says you taught him how to help without being asked," the boy said. "He says that's why he helped our neighbors last night." And in that moment, something shifted inside Elias. He began to see what he'd missed. A teacher who stayed late because Elias once encouraged her when she felt invisible. A shopkeeper who greeted strangers kindly, inspired by his quiet courtesy. Small ripples, invisible currents, spreading outward. Neuroscience confirms this. Consistent, purposeful action rewires not just your brain, but the social fabric around you. Identity is contagious. Elias never stood on a stage, never spoke about legacy, but his actions spoke daily, patiently, relentlessly. He learned something most never do. Leaving your mark isn't about carving your name into stone. It's about carving integrity into habits, care into moments, purpose into the ordinary. Ancient philosophers understood this. The Stoics called it virtue in action. Zen monks called it mindful labor. Modern psychology calls it identity-based behavior. Different names, same truth. You don't become meaningful by chasing meaning. You become meaningful by becoming consistent. When Elias eventually passed, the town gathered. Not in grandeur, but in gratitude. No monument was built. None was needed. Because his mark lived on. In repaired doors. In steady hands. In kinder choices. In a community shaped by unseen discipline. Great change doesn't always arrive with noise. Sometimes it arrives quietly, daily, unannounced, with someone choosing again and again to act with purpose when no one is watching. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you're waiting to be noticed before you act, you'll never leave a mark. But if you act as if meaning already lives in you, the world will bend around it. So ask yourself, what quiet action will define you today? If this changed how you see purpose, subscribe for more. And tell me in the comments, what's the first intentional act you'll take today? Because legacy doesn't begin at the end. It begins the moment you stop waiting to be seen and start choosing to matter.